All right, let's try. Class.
Yes.
Thank you for all you people that are finally paying attention. Filiberto's, okay? He's got this, right? So, you locked in. So today we are working on page number
11.
19.
18.
19. 18, 19. Remember, as you open up your notebook, the left side is going to be the even number. That's going to be your warm-up and your practice. On the right side is going to be your notes. So you open up your page together, you have your notes and your practice right next to each other, staring at you. So, that being said, okay, chords and products. So what we have here, so if two chords intersect in the interior, which means on the inside, they cross on the inside of a circle, then the product of their lengths of the segments of the chords are equal. Now, see this right here? It's kind of blurry because whenever I bring in the pictures into this, I don't know why it doesn't come out very good. So EB, so AE, right here, times EB, which is on the other side, okay, on the other side, so times this, those two are being multiplied, is equal to the other side, which is CE times ED. So it's going to multiply by the same thing on the same line. That's important. The same line. Missing my, there's supposed to be a,
Yeah.
see, every time I actually pull this over, it doesn't actually copy everything, so it's kind of frustrating. Anyway. Face is wrong. Okay, this one here is 14.
The 10.
10.
No.
7.
10 at the top. 10 at the top.
And this one's an X. Alright, so, yeah, but it means the same piece. So, if we're doing this, so step by step here, to solve for the unknown side, so my chords cross in the middle, the chords cross inside the circle, so I multiply to be able to solve for those. So, right here, I have 7 and 10. They're on the same line, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be 7 times 10. Bring down your equal sign. Now the other side of it is where my variable is going to be the 14 and the x. So that's going to be 14 times x. Okay? 14x. That got weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Come on. Who was that anyway? Was that you?
What?
What? Who was it? Was it him? Yeah, seriously. Some people. Anyway, so we're trying to get the value of x. So currently, this is going to be 14 times x. So to undo my multiplication, I need to divide. I'm going to divide both sides by 14, right? So it's going to be 7 times 10 is 70 equals 14x. Divide by 14. X is, what is 70 divided by 14?
Too much.
Yeah, is 5 too much? Really? Yeah, it is. He said it's too much. I know, right? Okay, so we get just 5. So you could just plug this in the calculator and be able to get it too.
No words.
No words. C. All right, questions? Are we okay? No? Is this crazy?
No.
It's kind of crazy?
When we go instead of
Look, which way is 0.25?
oh
You did
yeah.
14 divided by 7.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I got it.
Oh, okay, no worries. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Now, secant product. So if two secants intersect in the exterior of a circle, that means they cross over here on the outside of a circle. Okay, it's going to be a different formula. Then the product of the lengths of one of the secant segments and its external segment is equal to the product of the lengths of the other secant and its external segment. Whole times outside is equal to whole times outside. So, what that is A to E, which is this whole right here. That's the AE. Times BE, which is this segment here. The next one is going to be the whole, which is the other side,
C and D. Wait.
C to E. All of that. So it's C to E times DE, which is just this little outside piece there.
It just goes over D.
It goes times D. Times whatever you have there.
Okay.
Okay? So let's see what it looks like. This is the one you guys got? Like this? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think yours is actually like formatted better, isn't it?
In the back.
Yeah. Okay. So now, by looking at this, we're looking at the whole for each of the segments. So the whole of the segment right here, that would be all the way from G to E. Okay? Same thing goes for the other side. Let's do D to E first. How would I get the value for D to E since it didn't give me DE? 9 plus 7, right? So I would just add those together. So I would just have 9 plus 7, and 9 plus 7 is going to give me 16. So that's going to be 16 times, so looking at the formula, 16 times what? 7, just the outside, right? Just the outside, 7. Does that make sense or no? Did I lose anyone? Yeah? Equals, very good. Say it again. Almost. So close. No, think about it. What did you do to get D to E? Add them together. So what do you think I'm going to do to get from G to E?
Oh, it's 9. The 9.
8 plus 7, it's 9. This one right here,
A 9.
we're doing the bottom down here. 9 and 7. We did the whole from D to E. No, we're trying to get that right now, but yes. So the DE is this one right here. So add these two together, 9 and 7 should give me 16. Yeah, so it stays on this side here, and now we're doing the other side over here. Okay, do you want me to change colors to make it easier?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, okay, good.
There we go. Look, so that's why I have all the different colors. So make it easy. All right, so now think about it again.
16,
To get 16 down here, you added that and that, right? So what do you think I'm going to do to get G to E?
They are the same, mister.
It's not the same. No. Plus, you added down here, didn't we? We added to get DE. We're going to add the same thing on the top. Just because there's an X there, it's an unknown, doesn't mean I'm not going to do it the same way. So it's going to be 8 plus X.
It's a 9. I see it. It's a
8
number.
plus
It's
X.
a 1.
8 plus X. 8 plus X. So the whole thing is 8 plus X. All right, and then it's going to be times the outside, which is just this piece here, times 8. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. All right, is this super crazy or
Not super crazy, but
not super crazy? So we're just picking the numbers out as we go. So now, before I actually go through and do the math, it's that one right there. Keep going forward. It's white. It'll bite you. Nope.
Straight ahead,
It's white.
straight ahead.
White. There we go.
I'm just blind today.
Okay, it's all right. See? Okay. Now, 16 times 7. What is 16 times 7?
112.
112? Equals, now this side over here is going to require some distribution. Because I had the quantity of 8 plus x times 8, I need to distribute that in. So when we do this, it's going to be 8 times 8 is
64.
64. Very good. So 64, and then 8 times x, 8x. What's wrong? Okay, so from here, we need to do the algebra now to try and get the x's by itself. So what am I going to do to this 64?
Take it out.
Subtract it, right? Subtract 64 since it's positive here, so minus 64 to both sides. That's going to give me
48.
40
8, yeah.
is equal to 8x. Right?
right.
Okay, so now to get the x by itself. Right now, 8's multiplying times the x, isn't it?
Yeah, you put 8. Don't you have to put 8 down?
Yeah. Divide both sides by 8. That's what I'm going for. Divide both sides by 8.
It's 6.
It's what?
6.
How'd you get that?
Divided by 8.
Divided by 8, right?
Oh, got it, chat.
Now, just to be sure, I could go ahead and check my work.
Oh.
So, according to what they say in my formula, if this piece is 6, okay, all this together is going to be 14. 14 times the outside of 8 should be equal to, down here, 16 times the outside of 7. I'm just double checking the work. I'm plugging it back in, knowing what the answer is.
Where's the 8?
Yeah.
Where's the 8?
He's right there.
8's right there.
Where's the 8?
X, there's no X. Did we find out what X is?
No.
We did just find out
yeah,
X. X is 6, right? So from here to here, 6 plus 8 gives me
112.
14. Yeah. So we get 112 for both these. So 112 is equal to 112. So it proves that the formula worked out and my answer is correct. I could plug it back in to check it. It's almost like people playing with their phone instead of actually like doing this. Wasn't you this time. You just felt all guilty. Alright, so here's another one which is going to be the same. Same type of thing, but this time we're dealing with a secant, which goes through and touches and goes all the way through, and a tangent only touches at one point. So if a secant and a tangent intersect in the exterior of a circle, then the product of the lengths of the secant is equal to external segments equal to the length of the tangent segment squared. Okay. So it's going to be the same thing that we had on the first one. So it's this times this is equal to this squared. So we're going to do this one together, and you guys are going to do number 4 on your own, and I'm going to come around. So if I did this correctly, what two am I multiplying together?
15 and
Very good. 15 times 5
give 3.
75.
is equal to the other one, which is x. And what am I going to do to the x?
Squared.
I'm squaring it, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be x squared. 15 times 5, you said, is what? 75 is equal to x squared. And to undo a square. So the opposite of squaring something is square root. Very good. It is square root. So we're going to take the square root of both sides. That's going to give me x equals the square root of 75. And for you people that are finally bring it out with your calculator. Works. There you go. So there you go. Calculation. So it's going to be to find square root. It is right here on the calculator here for if you have the numworks. So it's the square root right there. And put in my 75. Okay? So my answer is going to be about 8.7. Very good. It's going to be 8.7 because the second 6 is going to make this other 6 go round up. So my answer is going to be about 8.7.
You know how you did it? You know how you did it?
There we go. Now, I want you people right now are going to do example 4 the same way.
Finish.
Is it 5?
Yeah.
On yours it's 5?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. So like I said, this is not the same, yeah, but it's the same diagram, right? Whatever this next one is. On your paper it says 4. On yours it says, no, you do 4. 4.
Yeah, there's 4 and 5.
Yes, do 4.
Okay.
I'm asking you 4.
No, I told you there's example 5.
No, this is example 5. I know there is.
But there's not there.
Yeah, it's on the next page. Huh?
What page? What English?
You were doing this one right here.
No.
No. You're doing this one. Get to work. You do it. You can't yell at him unless you're actually doing your work. You do it.
Okay.
Pay attention.
I stop. I finish.
You finished?
Wait, how do we get 75?
How'd you get 75? Okay, we multiplied these two over here because they're on the same line. So 15 times 5. Here we go. Alrighty, let's see. So if we set this up correctly, what am I multiplying together here?
10 and 7.
No, not 10 and 7. It's got to be on the same line like we had last time.
7.
7 times y, because these are on the same line here. So 7 times y gives me 7y is equal to, right here, it's going to be 10 squared, right? 10 squared. What is 10 squared? 10 squared? Huh? It is 100. Que paso? What's going on? Okay, so since they had to come in here to help you guys answer this, you need some recovery here. What is 10 squared? 100. 10 times 10 is going to give me 100.
Well, that was crazy.
7y is equal to 100, right? Okay, so now if I want to get my y by itself, I have to do what to both sides? Divide. Very good. Divide, right? Because it's 7 times y. And to undo the multiplication, I divide. Divide both sides by 7. Y is 14.3.
She's right.
I know.
Oh, it's 8.6.
So 14.3. There you go. 14.3.
Here's the bathroom.
Yes, I have one more example to do though.
Oh,
You want to stay for this?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we leave at what time? We leave at 11:30?
Not soon enough. All right. So now right here. Okay. This is another one of the examples like the second example. Okay. This is like the second example. They're crossing on the outside here.
We have 4 next to the same one.
Okay. Try this one. It's like the second example if you're struggling. Big Mac, you're going to have a lot of fun here during summer school.
Yes, sir.
So it says
What's this? That's correct.
yeah, but like I have to multiply x by x.
130
Gives you.
X squared.
Yep, there we go.
How do I like
My roof was 7.
How do you undo a square?
square root of x?
Yeah, square root. That's what we did right over somewhere. Right?
No,
Yeah, this one right here. So we have a square here.
Burger with no bacon.
Got it.
Maybe like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. Big Mac, come on now. Come on. You got some work we're doing. Are you guys actually attempting this problem right now? Because it doesn't sound like it is. X plus 4. Outside is X. You times X, you plus 4. That's not right.
Same.
No, it's not.
It's
X. 4. Okay, look. 4 plus X. 4 plus X.
I put it in you said no, it's not eight.
I said this one right here. On the outside, you multiply by 4 again.
4. I put X here
Is
too.
that's still wrong?
Liar.
Still wrong. Get rid of that 4. Okay.
Oh, X.
Oh my God. What's up, homie? Took it back. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do the problem. So from this one right here, I'm going to do the whole thing, which is going to be 4 plus X times the outside, which is X, is equal to 14 plus 2 is 16 times the outside, which is 2. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to do the distribution over here. So X times 4, 4X, X times X is X squared is equal to 16 times 2, 32. Okay, so now I'm going to move everything over. Whenever I have something like this and I have a trinomial, you guys were supposed to do this in Algebra 1, and I believe you did this in first semester here. Did you guys do anything during first semester? Yeah, not really. Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do this anyway, because I'm going to pretend like you didn't have a teacher last year. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and set it equal to 0. So it's going to be x squared plus 4x. And if this is equal to 0, I need to subtract 32 to both sides. Now, I know you guys did this in Algebra 1. I know you did. Okay? Maybe you didn't. You'll do it at summer school. Anyway, so this is called a trinomial, and what I'm going to show you here is how to factor a trinomial. But to be able to factor a trinomial, you need to know your multiplication to make this a whole lot easier. So I'm going to do this. We're going to have two factors to make this work. Now, what numbers together will multiply to be 32?
16 and 16.
No.
4 and 4 times 4. Yeah.
What two numbers multiply to be 32?
Oh,
16 times
2.
2. So I'm going to go off to the side right here. So 16 times 2. Okay. Give me another one. 4 times
8 times 4.
8 times 4. Very good. 8 times 4. Anything else? 4 times 8. We have the same thing.
4 times 4. No, it's 16.
It looks like that's going to be it. It looks like that's going to be it. Now for this one right here, I'm going to show you, and this is, I don't know if you guys learned it the same way, but I'm going to show you how to do the factoring. So, since this is a negative here, a 5-minute warning. Okay, since this one right here is a negative, that means that one of these two numbers has to be a negative. So one has to be a positive, one has to be a negative. So a positive and a negative. And so x, to get x squared, I have an x and an x. So I'm going to have two factors right here. Now, I need to combine two numbers. One of them has to be a negative. You can choose which one you want to be a negative. But the two numbers together have to add together to be my middle term. How can I add these together to give me a positive 4? 8 and 4, but which one's a negative? The 4 is a negative, right?
Yeah.
So that, when I combine those together, that's going to give me a positive 4. So that means there's a 4 here. So that's my negative 4. And then there is a 8 here.
You learned that.
You guys did?
Now, yeah. Yes, we did. That you was not in the class when we learned.
All right, so x plus 8, x minus 4.
Then, no. You have a mental problem.
So by doing our factors here, we could set each one of these equal to 0. So if x plus 8 equals 0 and x minus 4 equals 0.
What are you writing now?
Huh? I'm going to show you. So I'm just showing right here which one's going to work here. Why are you looking at photos again? So to get x by itself, I subtract 8. X is negative 8. To get x by itself, I add 4. X is positive 4. Now there's two answers here, and I have to look at this. Will negative 8 work for the length of a segment?
Yes. No.
Why? Can you measure a negative 8?
Yes.
No.
How do you measure negative 8?
Oh, no.
You can't.
You cannot have a negative distance.
Yeah.
So that's like super important. You cannot have a negative distance. So that means that that is an answer that will not work. So we get an answer, that one doesn't work, but the other one's going to work. The other one was going to be 4. So I get x is negative 8 and x is positive 4. So in this case, I get x has to be positive 4 for this to work.
I did the same.
It's not?
It was 4. The
Huh?
answer was 4.
The answer was 4?
Yeah.
That's what he just said. I just said the answer is 4.
I know the time you come in this state, it's it's not right.
But you
And I
put a
changed
4 in the wrong place. So it's like, yeah, you made 2 wrong turns and it still became a right.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow you guys are going to come in and we're going to work on our practice. You guys are going to leave your notebooks here. Stack them up for me, please, on that back desk, if you could. So, yes, the teacher desk. And we'll get them back tomorrow, and then we can work on the practice.